On Wednesday, New York Republican Lee Zeldin campaigned on the issue of crime in Glendale following his debate against Governor Kathy Hochul. Zeldin called out the Democratic governor's statement during the debate that she didn't know why the issue of locking up criminals was, quote, so important to Zeldin. Hochul's remark went viral during and following the debate, with Republicans claiming it represented a broad soft-on-crime stance that is endangering New Yorkers. Recent polls have shown Zeldin gaining huge ground on Hochul and potentially becoming the first Republican since George Pataki in 2002 to win the governor's mansion.
Thank you, Mike. Mike is the owner here. Councilman Holden, for your remarks and for your support. This is truly a campaign about being able to take back our streets, to be able to secure our streets. Whether you're a small business owner, you run a gas station, having to deal with the realities of people who come in, take inventory and not pay, maybe even assault your employees, and you feel helpless because you can call your local law enforcement, you can call your local prosecutors, you can tell them what is happening, but the reality today is that the handcuffs are getting thrown on the criminal justice system, rather than slapping those handcuffs on the people who are actually committing the crimes. I was asking Mike while we were just meeting, how often do you have crimes being committed right here? He says it happens a few times a week. Speaking to someone else in our meeting just now, when was the last time that you've had a crime committed at your gas station? He said this morning. Oh. We're not talking about a rare occurrence here. It's rare to have a day where you're not experiencing crimes being committed. And this is a community. This is family. They're all in this together. We're all in this together. We're not here today as Republicans or Democrats or independents. We're here as New Yorkers. And last night when we were at this debate, after there were a number of questions asked by the moderators specific to crime, I pointed out that we're almost through this entire crime conversation and still Kathy Hochul was not talking about locking up the criminals. And she has the nerve to say, it's bad enough to think it, but she has the nerve to actually say out loud, questioning why it's so important to me. Fighting crime, locking up criminals. Speak to the men and women who are here why this is important. Speak to the Asian American community about what they have lived through when Michelle Go got pushed in front of an oncoming subway car. Members of their own community stabbed to death in Lower Manhattan, beat to death on the street with a hammer. Speak to the Sikh community about turbans that get knocked off. Just trying to practice your religious freedom. And you're going to pray, and you're being attacked. You're a Sikh cab driver getting assaulted because you're wearing a turban. You're a Jewish New Yorker being attacked because you're wearing a yarmulke. So this is about all of us, concerned about raw, violent hate, wanting to do everything in our power to take back our streets. Why is it so important to me? I mean, I could have been talking about what happened just 2 or 3 Sundays ago on my own front yard. There was a gang-related drive-by shooting on my own property while my 16-year-old girls were at home on a quiet Sunday afternoon doing their homework. This is as personal as it gets for all New Yorkers. And Kathy Hochul isn't getting the job done. The people who are in charge right now in Albany feel like they haven't passed enough pro-criminal laws. They need to go up to Albany to pass even more. We need to support our men and women in law enforcement. We need to make sure that judges have discretion to weigh dangerousness as part of our package of addressing these pro-criminal laws that have been passed. We have to ensure that Mike, his employees, all the business owners who are here and their employees can show up to work, can do their shift. The people who come in as customers, everyone who walks in the door is paying for whatever they are leaving with, that people are safe and they can go about their lives, knowing that the elected officials have their backs, know that law enforcement have the tools to have their backs, that prosecutors can prosecute, and DAs can be district attorneys to enforce the law. I want to thank everybody for being here. Again, Councilman Holden, who has been courageous in doing what is right to make sure that the people of his district are safe. I know we're joined here by Tony Nunziata, the chair of the Queens County Republican Committee. I want to again thank Mike, our host here, Mike Canigliero, who's running our state assembly candidate here. To everyone for coming out, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.